What's up, ladies and gentlemen, to Blue Ridge Silverhound. I'm your host, Sean, for this evening. As always, every Sunday night or Monday morning, it depends on how I feel, we do a Monday market coin report where we take a look at some of the most notable coins, primarily the moderns. I like to focus on post 1950 coins that sold through the auction service sites online, which could encompass eBay, heritage auctions, great collections, Stax Bowers, Legend, you name it. Every significant sale that had ended for the prior week, I love to talk about. But before we jump in, I wanted to throw out a little special kind of circumstance that kind of changed this past week's Monday market report, in that heritage auctions had some site service issues stemming from what could possibly be some sort of like hacking activity, which effectively shut down their site the last 48 to 72 hours. As a matter of fact, the timing couldn't be any more bad because they were in the middle of launching this signature coin auction. It's one of the bigger auctions that happens during the fall. They do it once, I believe, every 3 months. But they're going to have to restart this particular auction. I don't know if it's going to be running concurrently after they get their site issues fixed, but it could possibly be another 30 to 60 days. They might have to kind of start over the preview period of these coins. I don't know how that's going to affect things, but generally that would show up on this report. Just some highlights from that sale, but you can't even get onto the website to look at actual listings. So we're going to focus on one particular eBay listing. It's kind of different, but hopefully you guys will appreciate something like this. In addition, we're going to take a look at all of the notable greatcollections.com sales to hit up this past week. Again, it's for the week ending October 20th, 2019. So before we get started, as always, like, share, subscribe. Okay, make sure you hit that like button. Give your boy a little bit of support as we go through the holidays. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it with our eBay sale of the week. And as you see here, it is actually a 1914 Lincoln wheat cent. All right, it's one of those key dates. But I have a very specific reason why this particular listing is here on this list this week. And it revolves mainly around the market activity for key date coins that are being sold raw. Okay, raw as in they're not encapsulated by any sort of third-party grading service. Okay, nothing like that. So there is one notable eBay vendor of coins, a coin dealer of sorts, that goes by the name of Great Southern Coin. Okay, and of course on every single listing that they throw up on eBay, they have their little GSC logo at the bottom left hand corner of every single thumbnail, and that's how you know that it is that particular dealer on eBay. So they've been around the business for a number of years. I would have to venture a guess somewhere in that 12 to 15 year mark on eBay. But these guys throughout the numismatic community are notorious for what is called their enhanced photo imagery of all their coins. Okay, kind of what we like to call juicing it up a little bit to make the coin more appealing on screen than it actually does in person. Okay, and there's no denying that they've been doing this for a long time. At least 10 years, if not longer, you know, just by kind of mastering the art of Adobe Photoshop, you know, among some other type of photo imaging editing software. Okay, so this particular coin right here sold on eBay a day ago, actually yesterday, in the amount of $2,507. Okay, it's being tabbed as a really nice high-end, kind of like this BU specimen, if we wanted to go as vague as possible. And by the way, that's what they like to do. They kind of like to keep the grading vague, so that way it doesn't violate the terms of service of actually posting a coin for sale without using the actual numerical grade that you would typically see on a graded slab. So this coin right here sold for $2,500. Now, if this coin came back through a grading service, and here's the thing, they do sell a few graded coins, but this one was raw. Now, if it was truly a high-grade, measurable type of key date coin, obviously you would want to send it to a PCGS or NGC. You'll just make a ton more money off of this coin. You would probably make 3 to 4 times the amount of money for this particular coin. So what's up with this example, and why didn't they grade it? Okay, they kind of like to do a general, when they get these coins in, okay, and I'm sure they buy estates, they buy collections and things of that nature. All right, they will generally go through every single coin under high magnification to see if it'll pass a certain criteria. So if there's any sort of possible cleaning, or if there's any damage of some sort, they will not send it to the grader because they know it'll come back body bagged as a problem coin. Whereas if they took this coin, did send it to a third-party grader, and it came back cleaned, it wouldn't have sold for $2,500. It would probably sell for about $1,500. All right, so as opposed to selling a coin with problems and issues in a third-party graded holder, they'll go ahead and image it. They'll juice up the photos to make it look 10 times better than what it actually is, and then they will go ahead and send it off to an official like 7-day listing on eBay. And there you go, $2,507 later, you have a coin that probably is not worth that if you were to send it to a third-party grader. I have a feeling, just based off of the general look and lifelessness of this coin, there's really no luster on it. It's just a really sharp struck coin with no luster. I have a feeling that this coin is probably worth about $1,000 less than what it's sold for. Okay, but there are people that either want this as a type coin, or, you know, they have every intention of purchasing it with the idea of sending it to a grader and getting something a lot better, and then turning around and flipping it and making a few $1,000s in the process. Be careful on these juiced, photoed listings on eBay. They're all over the place, okay? With the advent of photo editing software, it's really easy to do. So that's the one notable eBay listing that I wanted to throw out there. Okay, keep an eye for things like that. Let's go ahead and jump into some great collections listings. Okay, we have one notable Lincoln cent out of the whole thing. You know, again, with the Heritage Auctions site being down, okay, it's really kind of wreaking havoc on a lot of these listings. So again, there's not a whole, there might be a little bit of market manipulation. People aren't able to purchase some of those heritage coins, so they're going on great collections last minute. So we have a 1941 proof Lincoln wheat cent. Okay, proofs are very few and far between, but this example sold for $2,306.25. But let me go ahead and tell you a little bit about it. It's an NGC proof 67 full red. All right, the thing that you want to keep in mind with these coins is they are worth quite a bit more when they have any sort of cameo, contrast, any frosting on the actual devices of that coin. This one is completely oblivious of any sort of cameo frosting, okay? But it's still sold for $2,300. The 1941 I've owned a few times, okay? And we just continue to see the market jump up in little strides, probably 2 to 3% price increases month over month. These are coins that are beginning to pick up steam as maybe possibly an investment vehicle of some sort, and less about the collectability. I might be wrong, but the mintages are extremely little on these particular proof sets. So anything from the early 50s and on back, you better believe that there are limited quantities available of these coins. So that's a really nice stout sale price of what I would consider to be an unspectacular date of proof coin. All right, so we have a whole list of Jefferson Nickels, okay, and they're all kind of they all, you know, they're kind of all everywhere, all over the place, but I wanted to draw your attention to a few examples on this list. The first one that you see here is a 1954 S. Okay, this is, you know, I've said it once, I've said it again. This is one of the toughest dates to find with a full steps strike on the reverse. Okay, Monticello with those sharp strikes where you see 6 well-defined lines is extremely tough for these 50s and 60s Jefferson Nickels. Okay, this one no exception. This one is a PCGS Mid-State 65 full steps. It's that middle of the road grade. And this one sold for $3,993.75. Okay, give you an idea, again, of how difficult it is to find a mid-50s, especially San Francisco Jefferson Nickel with full steps. That's a nice coin right there. The next one that we have here is actually a Philadelphia minted coin. You know, as tough, but a little bit more available with the full steps in Philadelphia minted coins. This is a PCGS Mid-State 66 full steps, and this one sold for $1,856.25. Okay, so we got that one there as well. So we go a little bit earlier, and we have a 1951 S Jefferson Nickel. This one's pretty nice. I will admit that, compared to the 54S that we saw a few slides back, you know, where it's the strike's really mushy. This one's pretty decent. I do like this one. This is a PCGS Mid-State 66 plus full steps, and this one sold for $1,096.88. And yeah, you know, another tough date. Not nearly as tough as like a 54 or 55, but this one certainly is a nice, pleasing example. So we do have a couple earlier dated Jefferson Nickels, okay, to kind of fill in the gap, you know, with the absence of all the heritage auctions. We have a 1945 S. Of course, this is a silver wartime nickel, so it's got that manganese silver composition that we all love. This one is a PCGS Mid-State 67 plus with full steps. It is also QA certified, okay, and it is also exhibiting a little bit of toning, which is pretty pleasing for this coin. This one sold for $3,712.50. So, the next Jefferson Nickel that we have highlighted through Great Collections is going to be another silver wartime nickel. This time it's a 45P. It's a Philly minted coin. This one is a PCGS Mid-State 67 plus with full steps, and this one sold for $2,930.62. You know, proving again that these silver wartime nickels and high grades are absolutely phenomenal. And they, again, these wartime kind of one-off, different composition coins are always a favorite amongst collectors everywhere. So keep an eye out for some of these really nice, okay? And because they are silver, when they're lustrous, they are spectacular and collectors love them. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the Washington quarters. Okay, we have a few highlighted, but I wanted to kind of draw your attention to the market activity of the West Point 2019 quarters. Okay, most specifically, the one example that sold this evening. Okay, it's a 2019 West Point San Antonio Missions National Park quarter. This is the most recent release. The last one will release at the end of the month for November. But this one right here is one of 6 examples that was coined as the first discovery. Okay, so 6 people had sent these coins out the moment they found it to obtain that PCGS $2,000 bounty. So 6 people shared that. This example is one of the higher grades. It's a PCGS Mid-State 66. Now we've seen through the first 3 releases of the West Point circulating rarity quarters, we've seen some really nice robust sales. $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 for some of these first discovery coins. However, this coin on Great Collections this evening sold for only $618.75. Let's discuss. So this coin right here, okay, this is the 4th release. The design is pretty, okay? It's very basic, it's very simplistic. However, it's a very classic look, all right? I like this design. What it really comes down to is just the overall saturation. Is the purchasing, investing community finally receiving a little bit of what they call wallet fatigue in the market for some of these high grade West Point quarters? Maybe. You know, we're almost through the 5 releases. Okay, we have that one more coming out, but you know, we've seen this drastic drop off in these first discovery coins and how much they're selling for. Even the one example that Mickey Robs Banks, okay, Michael discovered, that was an early release, even earlier than the first discovery, in which he got it sold and sold for a couple $1,000s. That one felt a little bit underpriced based off of the previous recorded sales of the other first 3 releases of this coin. So it's quite a stunning kind of turn of events. Okay, is the collecting public finally getting tired of the West Point graded coins? Maybe not so much the raw, because those still sell pretty well right out of the chute. But the graded aspect of this whole thing, I think people are beginning to feel a little fatigue in the marketplace, and that's why you're seeing a huge decline on these coins. So be careful as you kind of decide, you know, to send these out. The pop reports are flooded with the West Point quarters. Okay, these graders have graded a vast number of them, and they're becoming less spectacular as a result. So the next quarter that I wanted to talk about today is going to be this 1966 Washington quarter. Again, proving that there are certain grades of coins, certain dates that, you know, you're seeing a decline just based off of the overall saturation in the marketplace. This NGC Mint State 68 example is one of the finest. Okay, however, it didn't even sell for $1,000. To be exact, it sold for $995.62. This one even exhibits some pleasing skin of color right on the coin, okay, which should make it a little bit extraordinary compared to other coins like it. Now, I know what we're all going to say. NGC, they're kind of like second fiddle to PCGS. While that may be true, we have to keep in mind that this coin, all right, would probably be about a 67 plus through PCGS, still making it one of the highest graded coins of the state. However, when you see these prices drop under $1,000, it really gives you cause to pause. Is the market officially flooded of some of these high top tier, kind of like late 60s, early 70s, and into the 80s and 90s modern coins? Okay, they're just, again, says 65 to 68. Okay, there is a huge just kind of flood of graded coins that have popped into the marketplace in the last 12 to 18 months. And then we're seeing a result that not a lot of collectors want to see, especially people that do own these coins that are looking to sell these in the future. Okay, that's unfortunate. The next Washington quarter that we have here is going to be a 1961D. All right, this one's really nice. I like this one. It's an NGC Mint State 66, CAC certified, and it also exhibits some pleasing toning. This one sold for $2,166.75. There's still quite a good market for these early 60s, late 50s Washington quarters in high grades. Okay, and then it just shows on this particular auction listing. So to carry that on even further, we also have a 1959 Washington quarter, again exhibiting some toning. However, this is an NGC Mint State 67 plus. Okay, this one also has an extra grade bump just based off of just how clean the coin is, the originality, the hints of color on this coin. It is second to none, and collectors will open up their wallets to own this coin because of the overall kind of like general appearance of it. Okay, so this one sold for $2,531.25. So we're going to wrap it up with 3 more coins. Okay, so this one that we have here is probably one of the most widely sought after varieties in the Franklin half-dollar series. Okay, and it's all coming as way of, you know, straight out of a $25 proof set. What is it? It's a 1961 doubled die reverse Franklin half dollar. This is the one that you hear about in the Red Book. This is the one that you hear about on chat forums and on Facebook and in the Cherry Pickers Guide. This coin is all over the place. Okay, so to see one in this state of preservation is absolutely marvelous. This one is an NGC Proof 66. All right, and this one sold for $2,544.75. Continuing on that tradition that, if you could cherry pick it out of dealer stock or on eBay, you might as well do it, because there's a lot of value associated with some of the most marquee varieties in coin collecting. Okay, the 61 DDR is certainly probably top 20 on every list of cherry pickers' delights, I guess. So we'd also have a coin unlike any other, okay? And again, this is another coin that can be found in a proof set for about $25 to $30. What is it? Well, it's a 1958 proof Franklin half dollar. Okay, so there's no kind of variety or error associated with this coin to make it worth so much money. But this one is a PCGS Proof 68 Deep Cameo, CAC certified, and this one sold, so close to $10,000, $9,562.50. Truly spectacular. And what really made this coin just so expensive is that high numerical grade, okay, 68, that's tough to do on these. In addition to the deep cameo, okay, these coins, if you guys have looked through many proof sets in your lifetime, you will know that probably less than 1% of the entire run actually has any sort of cameo on those coins. Okay, usually they're going to be just flat, mirrored out all the way through. But you're going to want to find a coin where all of the design devices are frosted with the deep, watery black fields surrounding it. This coin right here is again, it's on the top of every cherry picker's list. So keep an eye out for coins like this. You could score yourself a great deal of money if you wanted to. $10,000, that's a lot. $9,500 is a lot of money. So keep an eye out for something like that. So let's go ahead and end it off what I feel like is the most kind of notable coin. Okay, I call this the big deal of the week. And it's a 1946 S Jefferson Nickel. Very seldom do I have the opportunity to talk about a 1940s Jefferson Nickel, let alone a San Francisco minted beauty like this one that you see here. But this is a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus. And get this, it's not even full steps. It's just a regular graded Joe Schmo of a coin, which exhibits some natural kind of original toning on there. But this one, guys, sold for $5,231.25. And I'm happy to say that finally a non-full steps Jefferson Nickel is getting its due, which proves again to a lot of you who are into grading as a sport, you don't need the full steps to make something out of nothing. Okay, this is a coin that probably was purchased for $2 out of dealer back stock, or maybe on eBay. You just never know. This is a beauty right here. Again, keep an eye out for some of those really nice eye-appealing coins like this 46S Jefferson Nickel, and you won't go wrong ever. Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up. It was a lot of fun, just kind of crossing the T's and dotting the I's of everything missed from the Heritage Auctions signature sale. I wish I would have been able to talk about it in a more positive light, but I hope they get their site issues repaired. But I want to thank everyone for joining in. Hope you guys, I really missed you guys here in the last 4 days. I took a little bit of time off to recharge the batteries, and yeah, there's no better time to jump right back in than the Monday Market Coin Report for the week ending October 20th, 2019. It was a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. Again, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for instant notification. And of course, if you're not having fun, then maybe you should just spend the coins and not collect them. No, I'm actually joking. Yeah, don't spend anything that looks interesting. because you never know when the next big piece of treasure is going to come across your cash register or through your bank transaction. You guys take care. Have a great Monday. Don't work so hard. And you coinaholics, have a good one. Keep on hunting. And we are discovering together.